Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Shalom and above all. Back at it with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Just an exhortation for brethren to learn to appreciate each member of the flock. Learn to appreciate each brother, each member of the flock. It could also apply for sisters as well. Everybody has their own lot in this truth. So us, Lord willing, we be in the house of David coming back in our lot. We all have our own lot in this thing. Yahweh Shai gave us our own portion and our own gift in the spirit, whatever it may be. Okay, so you have to learn to accept brothers for who they are in the spirit and what their lot is in the spirit, and learn to work in harmony and in unison with each other. You know, I was meditating on this precept earlier today, so I was on the job, and usually the job that I was doing, it's a two-man job. But it could be done with one man, but it'll take a little longer. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, two is truly better than one, as it says in Ecclesiastes, because they have a great reward for their labor, man. Okay? And, you know, when it comes to having more than one brother doing the work with you, hey, you got a greater reward. You know, but you have to learn to appreciate and understand your brother and learn to deal accordingly with your brethren in the spirit, and learn their lot, learn your lot, and learn the balance of dealing in unison with each other, man. Having that spiritual synergy, man. Okay? And that's what this lesson is about, through the spirit. This is Ephesians chapter 4. I'll start at verse 1. It says, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called. So we're supposed to walk worthy of this calling, man. Okay, we're supposed to conduct ourselves like stewards and men of Yahweh Bashmel Shai and walk worthy of this thing, man. You know, not just be, you know, dealing unwisely, okay, with this truth, but walking worthily, man. Showing the Lord that we want to be his servants, we want to be his men, we want to receive salvation. Showing the Lord that we want to be deemed worthy, man. Like it says in Luke 21. In 36 it says, watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Yeah, we pray that we are worthy, man. Okay, and through the work that we're putting in the faith of Yahweh Shai and the Lord's grace and mercy, all that coupled together, bonded with charity, we will be worthy. Yahweh Shai, we be a part of that elect number. Because that's really what it all stems down to at the end of the day. You know, who is the elect and who's not. And, you know, through the spirit, we believe brothers is of the elect. And we say that humbly. But, you know, the elect is going to be putting in work. And each member of the elect has their own lot. So you have to learn to appreciate that. Okay? And learn the value in that. All right? And not be, you know, a ball hog in the spirit. You know? You want to get all the glory. You want to get all the accolades. You want to be that dude. It's not about that. It's about the promotion of the names of Yahweh Bashmel Shai and everything that comes with it, man. Okay? And that's why we're all a body, man. We're all in this together. So the least we could do is learn to accept each other, learn to work with each other for who we are. Okay? Doesn't mean that, you know, if we could work on something and improve on something that, you know, a brother can't call you out on it. But, you know, you learn to accept your brother for who he is in the core, in the perfection of the spirit. Okay, and whatever impurities in our spirit that the Lord may put the spirit on us or another brother to see, we work on that. Yahweh Shem Shai Ratazah. It's Ephesians 4:3. It says, endeavoring to keep the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace. Yeah, we want to keep that unity of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai in order, in truth, and according to the spirit. All right. And the scriptures speak about how we're supposed to be on one accord, one mind. So if the whole body is not in a unanimous decision according to the Spirit, then something has to be set in place for things to be addressed, for things to be in order, man. Okay? And that takes self-examination to admit when you're wrong. And it also takes self-examination to know when you're right, about how to be right, so to speak, and in order, man. Okay? Because you might be right in what you're saying, but you also want to make sure that you don't offend either. Okay? This is Ephesians 4 and verse 3. Or it says verse 4. Slakia. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. So it's all unanimous, man. One Most High and Father of all, and who is above all and through all and in you all. Okay? So each brother got their own form and portion of the gift and the grace of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? So you have to learn to accept that for what it is. And you got to learn to deal with brothers, man. Learn to deal amongst brothers, man. Okay? It says, because each brother got their own portion of the Lord within them. So you got to know, your place, so to speak. You might not be the speaker. You might not be the reader. You might be, something else. You might be the brother who gets dreams. You might be the brother who could speak tongues. You might be the brother who can work miracles, healing, so on and so forth. Everybody got their own lot. But we all work together like in the body. The bones is technically not a part of the same system as your lungs, your heart, your veins. But guess what? If the bones didn't do its job to hold up the rib cage for the lungs and the heart and, your veins and stuff like that, then guess what? It wouldn't be no place for the heart and the lungs to stay withstanding. And vice versa. If the heart and the lungs, didn't pump the blood and pass through the oxygen through the respiratory system, guess what? Those bones wouldn't be standing because that body would be dead. So we all work together according to our portion to get the bigger picture done, man. Okay? So that's another thing too. Looking at the bigger picture, man. Looking at it as a team player. You got to be a team player in this thing, man. In this truth, you got to be a team player. It's not all about me, what I want, what I feel. Okay? Because Yahweh Shemashah is not dealing with an individual like that. The Lord is dealing with men who are selfless. Okay? Who look to promote other brothers over themselves, as it says in Philippians, the 2nd chapter. We're supposed to be preferring one another over ourselves, man. Okay? It says, but unto every one of us is given grace according to the measure of the gift of Mashiach, right? So we all have our own portion and gift in the spirit, whatever it may be. And if you don't know what your gift is in the spirit, more than likely your gift is something that you're already endeavored in right now. The things that your spirit tends to gravitate towards, more than likely that's a part of your lot. Okay, and if you still need some further examination, you pray to Yahweh Shai to give you the wisdom and the discernment to understand what your lot is and the spirit to grow in your lot. Okay, because that's what it really all it is. It's all about being the best that we can be. Like they say, you're only strong as your weakest link. Well, if we're all strengthening ourselves to be the best that we be, we're going to be a strong unit, man. Like a spiritual all-star team. Okay? Not everybody on the all-star team plays point guard, plays the shooting guard, the center, the power forward, small forward, so on and so forth. But guess what? They're all the best contenders in their particular position, man. We want to be the same way through the Spirit. Okay? It says, verse 8, wherefore he says, when he ascended up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Right? And that's in the book of Psalms. That was prophesied about Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai, he said he gave gifts unto men. Meaning what? Each brother got their own gift according to the Spirit of the Lord. Okay? It says, now he that ascended, what is it but that he that descended first into the lower parts of the earth? He that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. Meaning what? That Yahweh Shai, he died. He descended in the lower parts of the earth. He died for the elect. Or he died for the nation of Israel. And then he got raised up into the heavens in that new body. And now he's above all heavens. Meaning what? That he's been given dominion over all principalities, man. Okay? Yahweh Shai has been given dominion. The only being or thing, if you will, but really being that Yahweh Shai doesn't have power over is the Most High himself. Other than that, the Most High has given all judgment and power into the Son. Kind of like with Pharaoh, what he did with Joseph. The only thing that made Pharaoh different from Joseph is that Joseph wasn't over Pharaoh himself. But Pharaoh gave Joseph dominion over all his kingdom. Okay. Now it says, verse 11, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach. That's right. So it's all about edifying the body, man. That's what you should seek to be. Edification for the unit, for the body, man. Trying to put your team on, man. Not trying to put yourself on. This truth ain't about putting yourself on. It's about putting the team on, man. Okay? When it comes to yourself in this truth, you have to work at your own salvation and, take heed to yourself and how you conduct yourself. But overall, you should have the mindset of being a team player. All right, this is 1 Timothy 4 and verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Right? So it's about, saving the elect, man. Okay? And how we save ourselves, so to speak, which ultimately we can't save ourselves, but for the lack of the better words, how we secure the bag when it comes to our own personal salvation is taking heed unto how we conduct ourselves and make sure that we take heed unto the doctrine. And we take heed unto the edification of the body. Because the body can sometimes get on you, so that you could get right. And then you need to take heed to that. All right, brothers ain't just men of the Lord when they speaking nice things about you or they ain't getting on you. They men of the Lord when they getting on you too, man. And you can't be rebellious and resist that, because that could lead to your destruction. Okay? Especially if you take it too far. But nonetheless, this is Ephesians 4 and verse 12. Read it again. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Mashiach. So this is all, we all have our own gifts so that we all can be perfect as the house of David, man. Okay? It says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Mashiach. Right. So till Yahweh's spirit is fully grown within us, which will really, that'll happen when we get our new bodies. But until then, we all build and synergize with each other to help build forth the bricks and lay the house of David together, man. Okay. It's like a spiritual construction site, and we're building up the house of David. One brother does the plumbing, one brother does the electrical work, okay? One brother does the AC, one brother might be doing the concrete or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? The drywall, the lights, so on and so forth. We all got our own portion, okay? And then you got even different lots within that after the house is built, the maintenance of the house. Okay, one brother might sweep, one brother might mop, one brother might vacuum, another brother might fold the clothes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Setting that spiritual analogy up, how we all got our own lot to help build forth this kingdom. Okay? Lord willing, we be a part of that number. All right, it says, verse 14, it says, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Right, we don't want to be children tossed to and fro, following after whatever doctrine, man. We want to make sure that we're following after the true doctrine. Okay, it says, but speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Mashiach. Okay, right. All right, Yahushua, he's the head of that body. And we make up the rest of the body parts. It says, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. Pretty much meaning what? That we all work together to help build each other up, So we're really helping build each other up when we build up ourselves and be the best that we could be, so that we could bring that back to the body and help build forth the legacy of the house of David. And I want to get a Bible comparison scripture for this precept. This is Ephesians 4 and 16 in the Christian Standard Bible version. It says, from him the whole body, fitted and knit together by every supporting ligament, promotes the growth of the body for building up itself in love by the proper working of each individual part. Okay, right. This is NLT. It says, he makes the whole body, Ephesians 4 and 16, NLT, he makes the whole body fit together perfectly as each part does its own special work. It helps other parts grow so that the whole body is healthy and growing and full of love. And how will we be healthy and growing and full of love? How do we receive that health? through the word, man. Okay? This word is what keeps us health, man. All right? This is Wisdom of Solomon 16:12. It says, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. Okay? Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and honey is also very healthy for you. Honey can help cure a lot of sicknesses. It's a good staple for natural remedies. All right? It says, and pleasant words are as an honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. Right? Okay? And are we not known as the Lord's bones? Okay? Like it says, we are, let me get that real quick. That's actually in the book of Ephesians as well, but it's in the 5th chapter. It's Ephesians 5, and verse 30, it says, for we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. Okay? It says, for this cause shall every man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Mashiach in the church. You see, so that's twofold scripture. It's a mystery because it also goes into, Adam and Eve. Okay, Eve being taken from his rib, which was synonymous or symbolic of Eve being taken from that seed line of the sons of God and being a wife unto Adam. All right, and bones represent, kindred. Okay, in a scriptural slang way, like how Jake says, that's my blood brother, that's my flesh and my blood. It's the same thing, and that actually goes back to the scriptures. All right, where it says, behold, we are thy bone, we are thy flesh. Okay, this is 2 Samuel 5:1. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and we are thy flesh. Right, we're your blood brothers, we're your people. And there's more precepts like that as well, like 1 Chronicles 11:1. Also, Judah said, Judah said, should we sell our brother? Okay, let me see. This is Genesis 37, starting at verse 26. It's and Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. You see, so flesh and blood is synonymous, all right, or can be symbolic of your kindred, your bloodline. All right, let me get another one. This is about Laban or Laban with Jacob, which they are distant relatives, because Jacob's mother, which was Rachel, she was the sister of Laban. All right, and Laban was technically Isaac's cousins. Rachel and Laban were technically Isaac's cousins, so we're family down the line. All right, but the seed line of the promise was going to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not outside of that. Okay, because Laban is technically a son of one of Abraham's brethren. All right, now this is Genesis 29:14. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him a space of a month. Right, so that's what that's going back to. I brought that up for edification's sake, because the Apostle Paul said that's a mystery. All right, but through the spirit of power of Yahweh Shemashai, we've been given the decoding of the mysteries through the body. That's why I love reading with brothers, man. I love reading with brothers. Reading by yourself is nice too, but when you read with brothers, man, so much edification comes out. It's a beautiful thing, man. And you get to see the inner workings of each brother's portion in the spirit, and how each brother can bring something to the table in the spirit to ultimately make you better, and make each other better. All right. Ephesians 4:16, I read it again. It says, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplieth, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part, maketh the increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. That's right. So we each got our own lot. We each got our own portion. We each got our own gift, man. Okay? And that's why you can't think too highly of yourself over another brother. All right? Be not puffed up one against another, because at the end of the day, each brother got Yahweh Shai within him. So by you being puffed up against a brother, that's you being puffed up against some form of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And you might be over the brother in the spirit, but that brother might be over you in a particular lot or in a particular measure and something like that, man. So it's all balanced at the end of the day. That's why the Lord said, a younger be subject to the elder, but the scripture also says, be ye subject one to another, because at the end of the day, there's order. All right, but the Lord also, he's dealing with the spirit. So a brother who might be younger than you could technically correct you in a way. Of course, you do it orderly and in decency, but you do it indecently. You do it decently and in order, okay? But you got to be willing to take heed to the Spirit, because the Spirit is as the wind. And like it says in 1 Corinthians 14, that if you may prophesy one by one. So if the Spirit might hop on one brother to say something, let the other one hold his peace, hear what the Spirit says through that brother. And then if you got to add to it, that other brother got to hold his peace and hear what you got to say. So that's a part of us being subject one to another, learning to accept each brother for their own gift and appreciate each brother for their own gift, man. This is Romans 12:3. It says, "For I say through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High have dealt to every man the measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we being many are one body in Mashiach, and everyone members one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of our faith, the proportion of our faith. Or ministry, let us wait on our ministerings. Or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. He that sheweth mercy with cheerfulness." Okay, point being, we each got our own portion and gift in the faith, man. So you have to learn to deal amongst each other and work as a group, work as a unit. Okay, this is 1 Peter 4:10. It says, as every man hath received the gift, all right, the gift of this truth, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of the Most High. Right, we are to be ministering unto each other, serving each other, man. Ultimately through this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, first and foremost, but as a body, as a unit, being willing to sacrifice for the brethren, man. And that applies for the sisters too, to a certain degree. But at the end of the day, we all make up the Lord's body, because you're gonna have women who are a part of the body of Yahushai. Like it says, neither man nor woman, all right, neither bond nor free, neither male nor female, neither Greek nor Jew. Okay, so you got women who are part of the elect as well, and they have their lot in the truth as well. Okay, it's not necessarily their lot isn't necessarily teaching, but they could wash the saints' feet, they could cook for the saints, they could lodge strangers, raise up children. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is a nation, and that's another important role of a woman. A woman helps bring forth, a nation. Okay, it's through the seed of the man, but the woman is like the land where the husbandman plants the seed in. All right. Nonetheless, I don't really want to get too far into that, but just got to give that spiritual balance, man. Okay. It's 2 Corinthians 10:13. It says, "But we will not boast of things without our measure, but according to the measure of the rule which the Most High have distributed to us, a measure to reach even unto you. For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure, as though we reach not unto you. For we are come as far as to you in preaching the gospel of Mashiach." All right, that's right. So we don't stretch ourselves above our measures. We stay within our pay grade in the spirit, man. And that's also a part of order, knowing your place, man, knowing your role. Okay, and playing your role to the best of your ability, being a team player, man. That's what this truth is all about, through the spirit. Loving Yahweh Bashmel Shai and loving your neighbor as yourself, man. It's that simple. Okay? It's that simple. And the Lord is going to recompense us for the way that we deal amongst the body, whether it be good or whether it be bad. And you got to learn to appreciate the body, man, because each brother got their own portion. Like lively stones. 1 Peter 2 and verse 5, it says, "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house," man. Okay, we're lively stones, man. We built up a spiritual household, man. But each lively stone, when you go into stones, each stone has their own benefit. Each stone has their own thing that they do different from another stone. Now, they might have similar things that they can do. Like some stones cleanse other stones, like clear quartz and selenite. They're two different stones, but they both can cleanse other stones. You know what I'm saying? But then again, they both are separate in ways too, because you can get a clear quartz wet, but with a selenite, it's not good to get it wet. You see what I'm saying? So, and when I say wet, I'm talking about with like water, putting liquid water on it. But they both can do certain things in certain areas, but they also differ from one another as well. So you and another brother might share a same lot, but both of you guys are different in your own way as well, man. Okay? So you learn to appreciate every member of the body, man. It says, "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua Mashiach. Yeah, and Yahushua, he's that chief cornerstone, man. He's the foundation. A house can't be built unless it gets built upon a solid foundation. Yahushua, he's that rock solid foundation. So we can't build up this house unless we get built upon the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because you ain't getting to the Most High without Yahushua, man. All right, and you're not going to be a part of the body unless you are one of Yahushua's. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on that. Each member has their own gift, you know. Learn to appreciate each brother and each member of the flock for their gift, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai Ratazah, this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstones, well, peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom and above.